I know, so in my family, you know, there's a history of mental illness, and I address this quite often when I'm speaking, when I'm discussing mental illness and the reason why I'm so passionate about it. But then also, about 2 years ago, I found out that I had like a chronic anxiety and depression disorder. And, you know, with that, I didn't really know how to feel about it, because in the African American community, we don't really discuss mental illness. We don't really discuss anxiety or depression. Yeah. Like back in the day, they should just be like, just pray about it. Everything got prayed away. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're in a day and time where the internet, social media is so strong. Young people commit suicide, all kind of stuff. And so, you know, we have to really address this issue. So recently in the news, Michelle from Destiny's Child had committed herself.
Yeah, she enrolled herself into a mental hospital for her depression. She said she was taking her own advice. And she was speaking with other people.
Wow, and that right there had to be a tough decision for her. But for me, it's just like, I'm glad that she came out with that, because a few weeks before that, Kate Spade committed suicide.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Like it was about three people in a row or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember the other two names, but yeah, it was like two other people right after her committed suicide. Mm-hmm.
Right, and so then you know, people talked about it then, and it was like it's okay to not be okay and all that.
And it seems like that's the only time we do talk about it, is when somebody kills themselves.
When a celebrity commits suicide.
Sure.
Because, you know, on a daily basis, people struggle with depression, anxiety, and mental illness. And a lot of people don't realize how it's like a stronghold. I mean, when I was going through it, and I still go through it, but when I first started going through it, it was like the walls were closing in on me, and I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Like crying uncontrollably, not wanting to be bothered with anybody. And by me being in the community and always, you know, helping people and doing different things, my struggle was the fact that I didn't really have anybody there for me.
Right. Yeah, because for some reason, when you go into a shell and when you start feeling, depressed, you know, instead of people, you know, saying, oh, I wonder are they okay, just automatically assume, oh, you must got a problem with me. Right. Or it must be about me. Right. So they just pretty much just stop talking to you. And instead of just trying to see if you're all right. Right.
Or they'll see some stuff on social media, like people will say, like, I'm about to end it. I'm about to end my whole life. And then, you know, people will just be like, I'm praying for you, or click like or share it. But nobody actually reaches out to that person who was crying out for help.
Exactly. It's too late.
Yeah. And so, you know, my whole thing is, you know, to let people know that it is okay to not be okay. I witnessed my daughter go through postpartum depression, and for me that was like a hard thing as a parent, as a mother, because I didn't really know what to do for her. But how did you feel? Because like the baby, he's just 2, you know what I'm saying? But so 2 years ago, like what happened?
Well, I still it was hard, because you still, especially if you got other kids, you still got to do what you got to do for your other kids. You still expected to be a mom. You expected to have the baby and to, you know, just love the baby and to jump into this superwoman mode. Like all of a sudden, you expected to breastfeed. You expected to do all these things perfect and still go to work on top of that. So that's exactly what I was doing, and I had all these people around me, but I still felt like I didn't have anybody. I feel like nobody understood what I was going through. My body felt completely exhausted. I was just walking around in a shell, like I didn't even know who I was for a real long time. So yeah.
And so, you know, when you were telling me about it, when you were describing your feelings to me about it, it kind of broke me down, because I was like, man, I was trying to do everything to help, like just bring the baby over here. And you was like, well, it's not the baby. Like, I love the baby. It's not him. It's just the way I'm feeling. And I really didn't get it. But it's similar. I guess it's similar to the way I feel and so many others feel when they're having like an anxiety attack or a mental breakdown.
Right.
Because, like I said, I've been in a position where it's just been like totally shut down, like everything totally shut down. It felt like the walls were closing in around me. It felt like nobody understood what I was going through. It felt like, I don't know, like the whole world, like, and sometimes, like, even in